Hello students, my name is Arun and today we will be discussing about menu merchandising. What is a menu? A menu is the range of food and beverage items offered in a food, beverage, service outlet. And it is a written document which lists the menu. Menu can also stimulate the sales in the way it is written and presented. Menu is marketing in action, a major step in merchandising the meal. Great pains are taken in compiling the menu card as it represents the signature of the restaurant. Therefore, it has to be attractive, informative, gastronomically correct. It also promotes the image of the property and becomes a talking point in many a social gathering. It also identifies the restaurant's theme. It certainly contributes to the dining experience. Through the menu, the restaurant appeals to the guest identified through market or internal research. The menu is therefore a great silent salesperson. The various points we will be discussing today are the menu control, menu structure, menu planning, and pricing of the menus. So I am breaking this presentation in two parts, and in the next part we will be discussing about the types of menus, menu as a marketing tool, the layout of a menu, and the constraints of menu planning. Menu control. Menu control requires that we discuss the following points: menu being attractive, clean, legible, complement the occasion, reflect current awareness. Attractive. The menu should be attractive, interesting, and inviting. The first impression of the menu should be such that the customer really wants to read it. Clean. The menu should always be clean. Although this appears to be obvious, it is something frequently ignored by the hoteliers and the caterers. If it is intended that a particular menu is to be offered frequently, it is well worth considering having the menu cards either plastic coated so that they can be regularly wiped clean or printed, or an inexpensive paper or card that can be regularly placed or contained within a presentable and durable cover. Menu should be legible. The menu should be easy to read. It is usual to use different size of typeface for headings and the items appearing under them. However, these styles should help the customers make their choice of food and beverage items more easily. The use of attractive graphics, color, and blank spaces can also help the customer to make their selection. A menu should not resemble a page from a railway or bus timetable with its mass of information produced in an unattractive style, which besides failing in so many other ways would also annoy the customer. The menu should complement the occasion. It is necessary that the general presentation of the menu is not only in keeping with the decor of the room but also suitable and complementary to the occasion. For example, a restaurant within a holiday camp, or a kosher wedding, a state banquet, and a bistro, where different styles and presentation are necessary for each. Current awareness. It should also reflect current awareness. The menu should take into consideration the current trends in eating habits so as to be fully aware of the customer requirements. The next topic we will be discussing is the menu structure. Under the menu structure, the following points will be discussed: menu design and layout, shape, size, weight, material and color of the menu, use of graphics, topography and color, easy to understand, special menus, artwork, eye movement, and positioning. The use of graphics, topography, and color should be such in a menu that it attracts the guest, that it should be easy to understand, and it should not create confusions. Special menus can be designed as mementos for the guest in function catering and banquet operations. For special occasion and for sales promotions, menu work on single sheet, vertical fold sheets, and central sheets, or can also be cut into special cut shapes. Menu requires artwork, and if possible, graphic designers should be hired as background knowledge of printing process is very essential. Very large menus take a lot of time to read. Short menus do not satisfy the need of a diner. Therefore, menu should be moderate. Menus can be in detail as it helps the diners make their selection. Always think about the eye movement and the positioning of the menu items. Menu planning. Now, in menu planning, we will be talking about the different courses and how do we go about planning a menu. So, whenever you're planning a menu, you should start with the entrees, soups and hors d'oeuvres, vegetables, salads, desserts, breads, breakfast items, and then beverages. Let's talk a little bit more in detail about this sequencing. Plan the meats and the other entrees for the entire period or cycle. If planning for a week only, select entrees for a month or longer. Then complete the menus weekly or as needed. Since the entrees are the most expensive items on the menu, cost can be controlled to a great extent through careful planning at this point. Soups and hors d'oeuvres. A soup followed by a hors d'oeuvre or both simultaneously should follow once the entrees have been established. Each of these must complement the entree and should not share the same grouping of foods. If on a la carte menu, more choices and variety can be provided than it should be. For soup, you can provide a choice of cream or creamy and hearty soups or light soups. Similarly, for hors d'oeuvres, the sample approach should be established. Vegetables. Decide on vegetables. Appropriate to serve with the entrees. Potatoes, rice, or pasta may be included as one choice. On a selective menu, pair a less popular vegetable with one that is well accepted. Salads. Select salads that are compatible with the entrees and vegetables. If a protein type salad such as chicken, tuna, or an egg salad is planned as an entree choice, it should be coordinated with the other entree selection. If only one salad is to be offered, choose one that complements or is in contrast in texture to the other menu items. Let's go to the desserts. If no choice is to be offered, plan a light dessert with a hearty meal and a richer dessert when the rest of the meal is not too filling. On a selective menu, the number of choices may be limited to two or three plus a daily offering of fruit, ice cream, a sorbet, and a yogurt. For a commercial cafeteria, it may be quite extensive and include a two crust pie, a soft pie, a cake or cookie, pudding, fruit, ice cream, or a gelatin dessert. Breads. Vary the kinds of bread offered or provide a choice of white or whole grain bread and hot bread. Many food services use homemade breads as one of their specialities. Breakfast items. Certain breakfast foods are standard and generally include fruit juices, hot and cold cereals, and toast. It is customary to offer eggs in some form and to introduce variety through the addition of other entrees, hot breads, and fresh fruits. Beverages. A choice of beverages that include coffee, tea, milk, and low fat milk is offered in most food services. Decaffeinated coffee and tea generally are provided, and soft drinks and a variety of juices also may be included. The following points are considered while planning a menu. These are difficulty of developing and retrieving adequate product quality wise, high cost of ingredients, unavailability of ingredients, not enough personnel and or inadequately skilled personnel, the image of that particular menu conflicts with the operation image, inadequate equipment and or space required to prepare an item. Pricing. Pricing is an important element of the marketing mix and used as a strategic marketing variable to meet the market competition. Excellent pricing strategies contribute direct revenue to the catering unit, and the reverse of it can market yield negative results. Pricing is a major cause of failure of most of the catering units in our country. Prices should not be so high as to frighten the diners, as it affects their decision to buy a particular menu item. The price also has a relation with the quantity to be sold. So there are some determinants for pricing, and let us look at these: the demand, the competition, and the. According to the principles of economics, higher the price, lower is the demand universally. It has been observed that desserts contribute fewer sales in comparison to the starters, and main course are one of the major causes in price rise. The price of the menu item should be decided carefully. Competition. A perfect competition exists where there are a large number of buyers and sellers. The products sold to the sellers are homogeneous in nature. The prices under perfect competition are determined by the forces of supply and demand. The prices will be fixed at a point where the supply and demand are at equilibrium. So, in competition, there are two stages of competition. So, let's look at them. If there is a monopoly, a single producer has complete control of the entire supply of a certain product. For example, McBurger. The main feature of monopoly is that there is only one seller of a particular good, and competition from the producer of substitutes is so remote that it is insignificant. The other type of situation is characterized by a few sellers, each having moderate share in the total output of the commodity. Menu items of the first class restaurants are example of this kind of market. A slight change in price and marketing strategies affect competitors to change their strategies. They are the price leaders and have the strongest position in the market, may often increase their price with the hope that the competitors will do the same. Price followers may delay raising their prices in the hope of snatching a part of the market share from the leader. Now, the different pricing methods are cost oriented pricing, cost plus or full cost pricing, pricing for a rate of return or target pricing, marginal cost pricing, cost percentage method of pricing, competition oriented pricing, customary pricing, going rate pricing, and promotional pricing. So, in conclusion, in this presentation, we have discussed about menu control, menu structure, menu planning, and the pricing of menus. In the next presentation, we will discuss about the different types of menus, menu as a marketing tool, and the various constraints of menu planning. Thank you.